This video is about map reading, which is learned in social studies for upper primary pupils. First of all, what is a map? A map is a representation of actual features on a piece of paper. I want to look at the main components of a map. The main components of a map are title, key, compass, frame or border, and scale. So in this map, the title is this one here, Map of Isyohu. A title of a map describes what the map is all about. Number 2, the key. The key has symbols which explain the physical and man-made features on a map. In this map, we have the key with these symbols and the explanations. This symbol is for roads, this symbol is for lake, this is for river, this is for game parks, and so on. So symbols explain the physical and man-made features on a map, and that is the key. Next is the compass. The compass helps us to find the direction of features in relation to others. In this map, this is the compass, which is a 4-point compass. We also have an 8-point compass. This 4-point compass has north, east, south, and west directions. The 8-point compass has north, northeast, east, southeast, south, southwest, west, and northwest. Right. A map also has a frame or a border. The border or the frame is the boundary of the map. In this map, we have this border, which is a rectangular in shape. This is the border or the frame. And finally, a map has a scale. A scale represents the actual distances between features on a map. This is our scale on this map. We have different types of scales. Let's look at them. We have the linear scale, which is this one here. It is also called a graphical scale. Right? We also have the statement scale. In this case, 1 centimeter on the map represents 5 kilometers on the ground. Third, we have the representative fraction, which is a fraction. In this case, 1 out of 20,000, which can be written as a ratio. That is 1 to 20,000. Those are the 3 different types of scales that we have, which you can use on a map. Let's go back to our map. We want to look at our various features on a map, how to identify them. We have human settlements. Alright, there are 3 types of human settlements. We have sparse, linear, and clustered. Now on this map, this area of the map, the settlement is sparse. Alright, people are living far away from each other. Alright, it is sparse. And we also have a linear settlement. Like in this case, we have this settlement here along this road. This is a linear type of settlement, which is also found here along this road. We also have clustered type of settlement, and you can see it here, where many people live in one place. Alright, this is clustered type of settlement. Next, let's look at how we can identify economic activities on a map. Fishing. How do you identify fishing on a map. What indicates fishing activity on the map? Now fishing is indicated by fishing processing plants. Now from the key we have a symbol, this symbol here, which indicates fishing processing plant. Now in our map we have that plant here for processing of fish, which is found near this lake. Alright, so the fish processing plant shows that there is fishing activity in this area. Number 2, tourism. Tourism is indicated by national parks and game parks. Now looking at our map, we have this game park here, which is called Isioho Game Park. So that shows that in this area we have tourism activities. Number 3, livestock farming. Livestock farming can be indicated on a map by cattle dips, cattle ranches, meat and milk processing factories. Now if we look at this map, we find that there is a dairy plant here. It is called Isioho dairy plant around this area. So that means that we have dairy farming in this area, in this region of the map, right, because of the dairy plant. Now what else? Mining. Mining as an economic activity is indicated on a map by quarries, mineral processing plants, and so on. In this map, if you look at this at the key, we have a symbol that indicates that we have a quarries on that map. Alright, this is the symbol for quarries, quarry works, and on this map we have quarry works around this area. So we have mining activity on the map, and it is done in this area of the map. So mining can be indicated by quarries or mineral processing plants. Now lumbering. Lumbering is shown on a map by sawmills. If there is any sawmill, it indicates that we have lumbering activity in the area. In this map we don't have one. Now trading is indicated by markets and trading centers. Like on this map we have Isuche market around this area near the fish processing plants. So we have trading activity in this area at this point because of the market. Now transport. The type of transport in the area is indicated by roads, railways, and so on. So in this map, the main transport means is the road, because we can see the roads here on the map. So we show transport on a map by roads, looking at the roads, if there are any, railways, and so on. Crop farming. Crop farming can be indicated on a map by irrigation schemes, farming estates, and so on. Like in our map, we have this area where we have rice irrigation scheme, because in our key we have ARI for rice. So there's rice grown around this area near this river. We also have this symbol for S, which is sugar cane. So we also have sugar cane around this area, and on this upper part of the area we have T, because T is indicated to mean tea here, and we have C, which shows that it is coffee. So we have tea and coffee, which is grown in this area. So crop farming can be indicated on a map by irrigation schemes and farming estates. That's how we can identify economic activities on a map. Now next, let's see how we can identify the climatic conditions on a map in a given area. Now how do we tell whether the area has got cool and wet climate? We look at the crops, like if there is tea, there is coffee, there is dairy, petrol, highland relief, Fiji mountains. They show that the climate of the area is cool and wet. Now in this part of the area, we have tea being grown here and coffee, and we also have dairy cattle being practiced around here, and even the river. We can see that the tributaries are coming from this area. So this is a highland area, and the climate here is cool and wet because of the crops and the other farming activities that are done here. How do I identify hot and wet climate? If there is sugarcane, there is rice, there is cotton, coconuts, cashew nuts, or sea, the sea or ocean around the area, then that is a hot and wet climate. Like in this part of the area, we have rice being grown here, right? We have sugarcane being grown here. So we can say that this area, this climate is hot and wet. This part of the area, the climate here is hot and wet because the sugarcane being grown and rice. Now, if the climate is hot and dry, we can tell if there is any sisal being grown, if there are seasonal rivers and seasonal lakes, if we have got scanty vegetation, if we have boreholes, shrubs and scrub. So in this southern part of the map, in this area, we have sisal plantations here, we have a bowl here, and that shows that this area has got hot and dry climate, right? Because of this, the activities here, sisal plantations, boreholes, and so on. Now, how can we tell if the area, how the land is sloping? How can we tell how the land is sloping? To tell how the land is sloping, we look at the direction of the flow of the river. We have this river, the Sihu River. These are the tributaries of the river. That means that the source of the river is in this region, and the river is flowing in this direction. It is flowing from the east to the west into this lake. Okay, so you can tell the slope of the land by looking at the direction of the flow of the river. So the land is sloping from east to the west. All right. And how can we tell whether areas are of high altitude areas? How can we tell? We look at the river, the source of the river. So in this case, we find that this area has got high altitude than this other area because of the source of the river, which happens to be in this region. All right. Now let's look at something else. How can we tell direction of a feature from another feature? For example, in this question, we are asked to what is the direction of quarry works from Isuche Market? So Isuche Market is here and quarry works are found here. So what is the direction of this quarry works from Isuche Market? To answer that question, you need to draw the 8-point compass at the feature indicated after the from. Alright, in our question, from Isuche Market. So you draw the compass here, the 8 compass here. Okay, so from Isuche Market, using this compass, where is the quarry works? So So using this compass that I've drawn here, you find that the quarry works are to the northeast of Isuche Market. Alright, using this compass you can see that this is to the northeast. So the quarry works are found to the northeast of Isuche Market. That's how you can tell direction of a feature from another feature. Now, that is the end. If you find this video helpful, kindly like, share, and subscribe to be able to view more education videos on my channel. Thank you so much.